Hello everybody, I'm 58 and I was diagnosed with ADHD a few weeks ago. You might want to go back to my first two films. The first one I talked about the assessment, and the second one, those first reeling feelings after getting the assessment. I've actually been reading all your comments this afternoon, and oh my God, it just blows my mind. Already, what a brilliant little community we're building here. And thank you so much for your feelings, sharing them back. It's been really, really helpful. I was welling up quite a few times actually back there in the kitchen. So thank you. And I'm gonna make a point of really addressing comments maybe in an extra video. But look, I'm in an ADHD room. This is my husband's office and he has ADHD too, and it's batshit crazy in here, and I love it and I love him for it. Wow. Okay, this is video 3. I am still coming to terms with everything, as I will be for quite a long time. And actually, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it made me just go a little bit cringy, because on this podcast they said, by the nature of ADHD, many people with ADHD are real empaths. I certainly am. I'm a rescuer. I'm all those things. And so, like, very quickly after they get diagnosed, they want to rush out and help everybody else before they've actually processed it. Well, there is a bit of truth in that, but also by talking to you guys and hearing back from you, I am processing it. It's kind of my way. That's what I do. I'm a TV presenter. I'm a communicator. I'm a professional oversharer. Another little dopamine hit every time you overshare, apparently. And so, yeah, this is the way I'm going to do it. Wow, what a bizarre week. For anybody that's watching from abroad, you might not know about a show here called Loose Women, which is a bit like The View out in America. Well, I've been on that show for the last couple of decades, and it's where I got the diagnosis. And last Thursday, we put out on air the assessment, the diagnosis, the chat with the girls on the panel afterwards. And it was, oh my God, completely freaky. Again, a bit like in episode 1 when I talked about how shocked I was, though I kind of always knew I was ADHD, I'm still having real problems with accepting that I have it, because I'm trying to discombobulate all the labels and fixed way of thinking that I have about myself and why I am the way I am. And to say that I've got ADHD is just like me, just like giving myself an excuse, even though my assessor has confirmed to me many times, Nadia, you are definitely ADHD. I'm still resisting it. Not because I don't want to be ADHD, but I feel like I don't deserve to be ADHD. Anyway, so again, I've been doing this show for a couple of decades now, and I was so nervous. And I was so shocked that I was so nervous. I hardly said a word in the pre-meeting. I was a nervous wreck. I thought, I don't know what I'm going to say. The things that I was worried about, and I know other ADHD people or neurodivergent people will identify with this, is I didn't feel like I was going to be able to explain properly what this means. And also I was painfully aware that what it means to me doesn't mean it's going to be a blip of importance to anyone else. It's not important. And so I was really, really frightened that I was going to get a lot of, oh God, oh, what, something wrong with everybody, isn't there? Oh God, you know all those comments. And I am very, very good at dismissing, trolling and all of that sort of stuff. But suddenly it really worried me that people were just going to think that I was somehow had some sort of pity party. Do you know what I mean? Because that really isn't what I want. I just want to get more understanding, and I want to share more understanding. Anyway, nervous bloody wreck before the show. Anyway, did the show, and it was fine, and really didn't get anything nasty. And what was great was that there was a lot of pick up in the press about it. So there's been so many people that have been contacting me, contacting other people via me and all of this, saying that this really chimed with them, that the symptoms, and that also this, like me, a few weeks ago, I didn't know about dopamine. I didn't know we need dopamine because we don't produce it in the way that neurotypical, for want of a better word, do. And so that felt so good. That felt so good that so many people were going, light bulb, light bulb. Actually, even if as I walked off the set and was walking through the studio and down the stairs, people were coming up to me going, I think my daughter, I think my husband, I think my son. So, yeah, you know, that awakening and then other people's awakenings, I find very nourishing. And if that's wrong, I can't really help it. I don't care. I do find it really nourishing. So just reading your comments was just, yeah, amazing. So I promised at the beginning of this video series that I would always keep these short, these videos, because as we know, our attention span, our focus dissolves and we get bored. So I would hate for you to get bored. So last week, reading from the diagnosis. This week, very strange it being out there in the world. But I'm also very aware that I have to stop trying to explain to people about it. I do have a need to explain to everyone about it. Do you know what I mean when I say that? And I'm really having to control myself with that. I kind of like want to talk about it all the time. I don't know. So I'm sitting on that a bit. Wow, medication. Okay, so I'm not going to take you through my whole journey so far with medication because, as I said, we're keeping this short. But I have started medication. I've started Elvance, and I started on, I think, 30 milligrams. And yeah, let me just take it up to there. I started on 30 milligrams. I was really nervous about it, just like when I went on HRT and you read all the possible symptoms and side effects. I was really, really scared about that. But I just had this need to try out what my brain might have been like. It was just kind of like so tempting. And just before I took the pill, I said to my husband, I'm just going to try it for a little while just to see what other people's brains are like. But I'm not going to keep taking the medication. No way. Because I don't want to take medication all my life. I take HRT and for me that's enough. I don't want putting stuff into my body, and I'm quite holistic. I use homeopathy. I use all these things. And then I took one. And what can I say? Apart from it felt like I put glasses on and that I could see stuff. I could see me in a way that I hadn't before. It was like I've got so many drawers that are so jumbled, like things in things in things in things, like just tied around. And it was like my brain just started to untangle. And that was day one. But I better stop now because we're at 8 minutes, 15 seconds and I don't want to bore the tits off you. So hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then you will be notified when the next video comes along. Please remember, I am not in any way... I'm not in any way, I'm not professional in any way. I'm just sharing my advice. I cannot give advice. I'm not sharing advice. I'm sharing my experience. Fucking hell, my brain's gone now. This is why we can't go any longer than 8 minutes. I'm just sharing my experience, not giving advice. I'm not professional. See you in the next video.